What if you could send private texts completely offline, more secure than SMS and faster than iMessage? Not only is it possible, but it's also totally free. Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, now CEO of Square, just launched a new messaging app that relies on Bluetooth mesh networks to send messages entirely outside the reach of Big Telco, and he's calling it BitChat. Just like Bitcoin. Now, the irony isn't lost on me that this is the same guy who once censored Twitter, now preaching the gospel of decentralized freedom. But hey, I love a good redemption story. Now, WhatsApp made headlines for its end-to-end encryption, but this takes things even further because with BitChat, messages never touch a centralized server, encrypted or otherwise. It's communication by the people for the people. Current tech does have blind spots. Have you ever tried to surf the web at a concert or large stadium? What about sending a text on an airplane to someone down the aisle? Or trying to get a signal out on a boat? Not to mention festivals or protests where communications are censored. The vein of interest that Jack is tapping into here is emphasizing open, decentralized, subscription-free tech that actually puts power back into the hands of people. Owning your own hardware, upcycling devices, and largely just eliminating e-waste and planned obsolescence is something this channel fully supports. So with that, let's ruffle a few feathers. So basically all modern devices have radios ranging from Wi-Fi to Bluetooth to cellular. And while those can be used to connect us to the internet, but they can also be used to spin up ephemeral mesh networks, particularly where node density is high. Where the radio range might be limited, such as the case with Bluetooth, the mesh network can daisy chain messages from device to device until it reaches its destination. Now, mind you, with BitChat, everything is encrypted, which leaves us with uncensorable communications, which is pretty powerful. Not to mention just having redundancy and optionality with our comms is also pretty critical. So I'm gonna speed race through getting this set up on your iPhone or Android device. Now, Jack put the app up on test flight where it quickly reached the max limit for beta testers. So if you wanna run this on your device, you'll have to compile it or download the APK file. But if you just want the instructions, I left a step-by-step tutorial in the description of this video. But since I'm on an iPhone, all I need to do is make sure I have Xcode installed on my Mac, download the open source code from GitHub, open the Swift project, sign the app using my Apple ID and provide a unique bundle name, then connect my phone to my Mac over a data-enabled USB-C cable, and then I just need to enable dev mode on my iPhone and trust myself as an app author. I think I trust myself. Finally, select your phone as the deployment target in Xcode and then just hit build and run, and voila. Again, full guide in the description below if you get lost. Now, if you're on an Android device, someone has already ported the app over to Android, and all you need to do in that case is download the APK file and you'll be up and running. So here I am sending messages from an iPhone device to an Android device. And one thing you'll notice right off the bat is just how fast these messages are, which feels pretty novel. Honestly, sending text messages this way gives me that same sort of nostalgic feeling I got playing around with tools like Kazaa and Napster. Looks like peer-to-peer is making a comeback. But how far can we send messages? Well, that's going to vary based on your device, but if we take my iPhone 15 Pro Max as an example, it sports Bluetooth 5.3, which is among the latest iterations of this tech. With that, this app leverages a mode called Bluetooth Low Energy, which can reach theoretical limits of about 300 meters or about 1,000 feet in ideal conditions. Likely, we're probably only going to get about 100 feet, but that's where the mesh comes in. Any device with this app will automatically create a mesh network that can relay messages and extend the total coverage area. But for those of us building parallel networks and alternatives, seeing major players like Jack Dorsey get involved in the mesh space is honestly super validating. And BitChat isn't alone. There's an entire movement of similar projects rising up right now, from Meshtastic to Mesh NYC, Helium, Reticulum, OpenWRT, Briar, and FireChat. We've even used tech like this to build alternative dog trackers that are super cheap, open source, and subscriptionless. But imagine people putting this tech on cars to broadcast vector, location, or even road hazard data to other vehicles on the road. Or you could put low-power devices on shipments and track exactly where they are at all times. Or you could use the same sort of software but apply it to different hardware such as Wi-Fi Halo, LoRa, or other IP mesh radios. And if you're up against a zero-day grid blackout like Spain went through back in April, these tools become even more attractive. And the power of network effects ensures our meshes will become even more useful with every new node. So sure, BitChat's pretty limited for now, but once they apply that middle-out compression algorithm, I'm sure it'll hit a Weissman score high enough to take this weekend project mainstream. If you want to see just how deep the mesh rabbit hole goes, check out this next video.